It is really hard to believe we're in a really well-developed area with lots of housing development going along nearby as well. So.
It's so quiet, isn't it?
Good to meet you at last, Hattie.
Yeah, good to meet you. Today we are down in Rugby, and this is one of the greenways. It used to be a railway line for freight, but it was decommissioned and it's now this lovely greenway. It's had a mixture of grant funding and public funding put into this beautiful space, and it's regenerated over time into the woodland, and there's also beautiful grasslands and wetland further along as well. And it just demonstrates how, when things are left back to nature and help to be restored, that we can create these beautiful spaces from areas that used to be really urban and industrialised.
England is one of the most nature depleted countries in the world, which I think is quite scary. And we've got three challenges, haven't we? We've got climate change, we've got biodiversity loss, and we've got our own well-being. You said this was quite bare before nature took over? Okay. That kind of illustrates that it's not enough just to look after the habitats and the species we've got. We've got to restore more. We've got to create more. The local nature recovery strategy is just a fantastic way to achieve that.
It's not just about restoring it for biodiversity, and also obviously that is one of our main objectives, is restoring biodiversity, but this is really in quite a built-up area in Rugby. But this area helps to connect up other green spaces, and it's really a lovely place for people to come and walk their dogs, be with their kids, and just be outside and spend time in nature, which is great for our well-being.
You mentioned wet woodland, which is, we know, one of the best things for soaking up carbon.
Yeah.
And this isn't a very big area, but is this the sort of thing you're looking for that hopefully will come in the strategy? Yeah,
absolutely. These little pockets like this of habitat, especially wet woodland, are so important, and they're part of this wider corridor that you can see and that we've been walking along. So yeah, even a small space like this is so important.
So we're talking a bit about priorities, and it must be quite difficult to work out, because there must be so much you might like to do. What's the top one? And you're using local evidence and views from people and to map those, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the whole foundation of this strategy is to get input from local people, local residents, people who work and visit Warwickshire. So we currently have an engagement survey live at the moment that are asking all the really important questions of people who live, work and visit Warwickshire, and we want to feed all of that into our strategy so that we can look at protecting, enhancing and even creating or connecting up those areas.
I think you've got quite a tight deadline to work to, Hattie. Is it March 2025?
As we discussed, we've got the engagement survey that's ongoing until the end of September, and then we'll be analysing all that data that we've hopefully accumulated through that process. And then we're having a conference on the 5th of December where we'll be inviting back all of those stakeholders and people that engaged through the survey to get final comments on it, really. And then after that conference, we'll have it ready for March 2025.